Okay, so I have a lot of guys who are complaining about like their girl, everything is fine, and then the next thing you know, the girl just ups and leave them. And why is that? Because your relationship has become boring, but it's not just that, right? So to say, there's a difference between the guys who have girls who are infatuated them, and then you have the difference between the girls that are just settling for them. And let's get into some of the specifics. Number one is predictability. Number two is a lack of physical intimacy, which gets real specific. Number three, your failure to polarize your relationship. And number four, um, you're letting her be the man in the relationship. Now, number one, a lot of relationships, you guys become very predictable. Things become very routine, and routine for women becomes boring. And the key to a long relationship, you need highs and lows, right? And you have to be able to engage her emotions. But if everything is normal, like every day, she knows what times you come from work, you guys do this, you guys have sex 2 times a week, you guys go to the movies, you do the same thing routinely, right? And and some people may say that works for older people, but not really, because after a certain time, they might stay together forever, but they usually stop having sex, right? That's not how a relationship should be. And I refuse to believe that. And things get boring. Women, it sucks to say this, but they need drama. They need some type of, even if you say, oh, well, this new coworker at works keep hitting on me or something like that, right? Something. They need something. Number two, lack of physical intimacy. Now, I was forgot what I was watching. I was watching some podcast. I think it was DDG's brother, and he was like he hates girls that are extra freaky. Like I was just like, and I don't know he gave it a reason for why he felt that way. But I know a lot of guys, they don't do the extra stuff. They're very monotone, they're very regular, missionary, and that's it, may hit it from the back, but they don't do all this extra stuff, right? But number three leads into that, your failure to polarize your relationship. And number four, you're making her the man. See, when you are giving this woman to the power, right? That stems from you failing to call her out on things. You failing, or maybe you did at first, but you start to give into it. Your failure to call her out on her bullshit, your failure to disagree with her, your failure to just give in and give her way, right? And a lot of the times men let their women lead the relationship. And this is something that I had did a whole podcast on. Hit the link in the bio, subscribe to the podcast, where women were leading their relationship. And when they were leading their relationship, they started to emasculate the man. And when you start to emasculate your man, what happens is she sees you less than, she starts to disrespect you, and her attraction for you, it fucking plummets. It goes to the fucking shitter. Why? Because her attraction is not the highest for you, and she doesn't see you as a real man. And then usually, if a guy, if you already had a lack of intimacy and your sex game wasn't crazy and you wasn't doing all this crazy freaky shit that really excited her, what happens is you'll see that she'll start to want to have less sex with you anyway. She'll want to start to have less sex with you anyway because she doesn't see you as a man. She's running the relationship, and innately, women may say that they want that. Women may say that they want to run their relationship. Women may say that they want to be the head of things, but it's not something they want. And these masculine women usually only attract weak beta men. Why? Because somebody who is not going to tolerate that shit is not going to let you talk to me. You're not going to be running shit. You're not about to be talking to me crazy, period. You understand? So I'm not going to even tolerate that kind of person, because that's not the type of dynamics I even want. And I think even on an even deeper level, I don't think it's innate for women to be running a relationship. I don't think it's innate for women to be head of their relationship. If you're a religious person, if you in the Quran or the Bible, the Abrahamic religions, it says in these books that men is supposed to run the relationship. It says the same thing in Quran, says the same thing as in the Bible. You're supposed to submit to your man. Yeah, these are things that are made very clear. So I think on an innate level, I think it's almost biological that women weren't made to lead men. So I think when you go against these natural, like God-given laws, you're going to face problems in your relationship. And I think it's inevitable. And when you put everything together, your failure to polarize your relationship, your failure to call her out on shit, your failure to stand up to her, your failure to disagree, you know, and usually that happens over time. Guys get beta-tized and they don't want to like argue and then, oh, whatever, happy wife, happy life, let her have her way, you know. And that's also a society thing. You guys are conditioned for that. But even more, and this is why I did a podcast on it, how a lot more married women are cheating, and they talking about they want a real man, and then when they get with the other man, they're doing all these things sexually that they never did with their boyfriend or their husband. Crazy. Why? Because they don't see you as a man. You're emasculating, and you gave into her world. And not to say that you shouldn't respect women's opinion, but she shouldn't be running that relationship. I refuse to believe, and not even you, the proof is in the pudding. I speak to guys on a daily. It doesn't work. So don't let it happen. And make sure you're not making these mistakes. And although it's a little more complex than that, but rather simple here, your relationship should be all right for the most part.